Holy shit. Okay, so I'm making this video because like literally I was just sitting here thinking, I was watching a video and it made me realize like holy shit. Like most people the problem is their envisionment of what it means to be a human being. What does it mean to be alive? Like what do we do? You know, we work jobs, we go to school, we get, you know, we try to get a career, we have a family, we have a this, we have a that. And I mean, I guess I've always known this shit, right? That like this is just the ideas in the reality. And this the ideas is what holds us back, but I didn't realize that it's the lack of ideas that hold us back. That other people don't have it in their head that they can do anything else. So then they genuinely don't think that they can do anything else. And that's what makes it so I'm not against like 9 to 5 jobs. I'm not against somebody working like it's whatever. What I'm against is those people that work, do they know that there is another option? Do they know that the option isn't just to be a famous guy on TV or to be a famous musician? You know, you can. The world has changed now, where you don't have to make millions from your music career. Maybe you can make like $1,000, $2,000 a month from your music career. You know, like that's fine because some people are only like if you have a minimum wage job, right? You're probably only getting like $200-300 a week, and you know $200-300 a week. That's like 800 to like 1,000, a little bit over 1,000 a month, right? Most people are living like that. Like we don't see that. It's only because they don't see another. They don't. How can you see another way to live when you're just stuck in one way? I only know this because literally, as aware as I am, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, I've literally been so financially unstable and so like what other people would call poor, right? And I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it at all because there was nothing to see for me. It was just what is. But it's not what had to be. Like it's that. There is no has to be. We are sold a story about life, about what life is. But to be honest, there is no right or wrong way. There is no way life is. There is no meaning to life. We're all looking for the meaning of life. The meaning of life is to really just figure out who you are and be yourself to the point where it's like a light bulb shining the fuck out, right? And it's like, I was just having this conversation with my daughter about being seen. And it's that, like, be seen. And, like, I don't know. It's this shit. Like, there's a reason why I think we have the ability to do what we do. We have abilities, but we don't always use our abilities. You know, and it's the... I guess this is why I'm a little against 9 to 5s. Not only because I understand that 9 to 5s were only something that humans are supposed to do for a short period of time in history. Like, not just humans as in you, but like in you and me or whatever. It's the whole human species, right? From beginning until there is no more human beings, maybe no more Earth, right? The whole thing. Like, this is more about that brief moment in time we were supposed to work jobs, do things, then we're building robots and they're going to take our jobs. We're now switching to the blockchain. Most people are probably going to work in Web3 and most people are probably going to, like, there's a lot of shit's happening right now in the world. Like a giant fucking change, a giant evolution. They call it the Great Reset, they call it whatever, but I just think what's the most beautiful thing about what's going to happen is the majority of children, like most likely anyone that was born from like, I don't know, the year like 2010 until like now, they're all gonna kind of have this understanding of the other options. The other options are gonna be the first options for them. Like, they're not gonna, to them, they're not gonna think, I want to be a famous movie star. We don't understand that becoming quote unquote famous is not the same anymore, because back in the day, if you wanted to get famous, it was controlled by a couple businesses, a couple giant companies that, if you wanted to get in a movie, you had to go to Hollywood. If you wanted to become a famous musician, you had to go to like some big city and try to get to a big record label, and they put their stuff out on TV. It's so cheap now to be able to get people's attention. Like, it doesn't matter if this video only gets 50 views. Do you know how hard it was to get your point across to 50, people? Like, it's this thing that, I have some videos that, I just had a video that, went off on YouTube Shorts, and it just got like 6,000 views. Because there's this thing that's happening that so many people don't understand. And it's just the way that media is being consumed, the way that we're consuming entertainment, the way that we're just living. So as the way we're living is changing right in front of your eyes, but you can't see it because you are stuck in the world you lived in. And the world you lived in is gone. It's gone. It does not exist. I'm telling you, like, this shit clicked when I was just sitting here watching a video, and it clicked that I pay attention to all this shit, and if I did not keep up with all this shit, I'd be left behind. Because, now this is just my life, right? But it makes me realize, well, it's just the life that, the reason why kids understand this a little easier or whatever of what's happening, it's just because that's just the world they were in. That's just what is. It's not new. To us, it's new, so we have to learn it. To them, it's just what is, so they're just doing it. And, man, this shit hit like a ton of bricks. Where I was sitting there watching this video, and I was like, holy shit, I need to get this out. Because, it clicked. So, the reason why we just got the shit end of the stick. That's why you need to have children. Because we're fucked. We're fucked. Like, because we're just building a better world for our children. We're just building a better world for our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren and our great-great-great-grandchildren. We're literally just building something, or getting more ideas out there for humans in the future, to humans to come. I only say we're fucked because we're only going to be able to do what we can while we're here, but it's just going to improve. We're fucked because we have the problem of fearing something new, when they don't fear it because it's just what is to them. So they understand it better. You can understand something so much better when you have no fear about it, right? When you're not scared of it, you understand it. Or at least it gives you the opportunity to listen to it, to pay more attention to what's actually going on. That so many people are so against, like, TikTok or that type of thing, what's happening. It's not just dances, right? There's not just dances on there, guys. Like, it's based on the algorithm, right? Let me tell you, when I stopped liking a bunch of hot chicks things, right, and you start paying attention to the things you want, it puts you in an algorithm, right? So now all I see is like cryptocurrency, NFT stuff, psychedelic stuff, because it's all based on an algorithm. Your Instagram, your everything now that's like that is set on an algorithm that it shows you more of the things that you like. So these are things that were implicated into these things. And that's why I'm like, well, I'm paying attention to all this shit, because I seen this shit when TikTok was Musical.ly, because I have a 10-year-old daughter. So, like, I felt like I should keep up with the world, of that side of things. Like, well, why do, teenage people do that thing? Well, it's because that's what is to them. Just like, well, what was to me is I played Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Beyblades and Pokemon, and you know, that's what was to probably all of you watching this, because I highly doubt there's like a bunch of young people watching this, but maybe one day they will. And like it just clicked that the old man that does not understand technology, like your grandfather that couldn't get on a computer, he could get on a computer. His ego was in the way. His fear was in the way. Like, the problem is that as an adult, you feel like you know. You think you know something. I thought I know something. Like, we all think we know, and then we look at kids like they don't know, and then we get mad because we don't understand. So then they're like, oh, they're dancing on TikTok or blah blah blah. I've heard people get mad because somebody made like like $1 million from TikTok or whatever, and somebody's like, how the fuck can you make $1 million? And I'm like, well, pay attention, listen to it. Like I bet there's an interview with that kid that explains it, and they don't understand that the thing that is happening is we are freeing the human species. That's what's happening. We're freeing everybody from needing to work a job. We're freeing everybody from needing to do things in their life that they don't like to do. Because what is happening to the human species is we are slowly starting to become a species that will be able to just be ourselves, and it will be the most beautiful fucking thing ever. Because we can, I'm just myself, right? This is who I am on camera, in real life, and I make music, and I whatever, but it's just, this is the way the world is going. I can see it. So that was I felt more comfortable just being myself. I'm like, shit, this is what everyone's gonna do anyways. Right now we're so fake. We're like, we smile at a job that we hate. We wonder why the human species talks about depression and anxiety. We wonder why people don't feel good. We wonder why people aren't happy. We want, why? It's because we were forced we were forced down our throat a world that no longer even exists. It doesn't even exist anymore. So, because the world we thought in our head doesn't exist, and now there's something new, and there always will be, we have to reteach ourselves that this is what is going to be. There is something new happening. I remember listening to this shit in 2020. Somebody was talking about the Great Reset, and the New World Order or whatever, and we have so much fear about it. You could look at it from that perspective right there. Somebody, forever we were calling it the New World Order. And then that adds fear to it. It makes people scared. But you call it the Great Awakening, it makes people feel like something good is happening. That change is good. This is the problem. It's our mindset. Because regardless, they're both happening at the same fucking time. The Great Reset, the Great Awakening, and the New World Order, or whatever. But it's not as bad as we think. Because it can't be worse than we already have. And that's everyone's perspective, right? That's why I'm down for the blockchain. That's why I'm down, I didn't get into NFTs for money or for whatever. I'm not in it for the flip. Maybe I'll flip some NFTs, right? Maybe I'll whatever, but that's not why I'm in it. I'm in it because that is going to free us all. I'm in it because there's finally something that I can see, right? Because I've for years I've kind of done shit like this, paid attention to where the world's going, whatever, because I was researching everything about the blockchain in 2018 because I wanted to know what is it. And as soon as I figured out what it was, I was like, yo, watch, they're gonna make that a second internet. And I knew it. And it happened in a sense where it's part, this is, the blockchain is now part of Web3 of what's happening. And it's that technology that somehow freed us. And maybe it's because the idea of Bitcoin, why Bitcoin was created, why, whatever, that helps. Because Bitcoin was created in a sense to, I heard this rumor that was designed to take down the Federal Reserve, right? what it did is it made it so money is now in the hands of us people. We're in charge of our currency. We're going to be in charge of our art, like, and getting paid for our art, because the reason why NFTs are amazing is because humans are all creators. All of us. Because we're all part of the creator, right? So, something big is happening. And somebody's calling me.